Hey all, here OS Reviews. You're watching our unboxing and first impressions look at the Honor Band 4, the latest generation of Huawei's budget fitness tracker line. Last year we saw the Honor Band 3 and we thought it was a pretty cool product. This one here is a little more expensive. It sells for under 40 bucks, and the really only difference in terms of the features is having a color screen, which is an AMOLED panel now, compared to a black and white monochrome on the previous generation model. So it's a slightly larger display that can show you more notifications and should be slightly easier to read as well, but main features including the waterproofing, including sports tracking, sleep tracking, all remain the same. So of course a lot has happened in the past 12 months. We have seen Xiaomi release the Mi Band 3 for instance as a budget fitness tracker that also works really well, and of course the display is also larger than the Mi Band 2, but again Huawei is hoping that the color screen is going to differentiate itself from the Mi Band 3. 2.5D curved glass AMOLED display. It has a true sleep for sleep tracking, 50 meters waterproof. It can track your swimming exercises as well. And there's even some mobile payment services like NFC that's built on in. Although I'm not sure if that's going to only be limited to China. We'll have to find out later on. It also shows your notifications and has a battery life that's rated up to 14 days if you use it sporadically. Now compared to the Mi Band 3 here, you can see the battery life on the Mi Band 3 was actually a little bit longer, up to 30 days, since it used a black and white display, and it also featured NFC. Alright, so the box just slides out, and it's a plastic carton this time around. We have the instruction manual, which is again printed only in Chinese, and then we have just the Honor Band 4 itself. We have some serial codes, and we have the charging cradle. It comes in two pieces, and it uses these two little contact points to charge it. You snap the band into place, and otherwise it uses simply micro USB on the side here, comes with this tiny little cable that you can plug into a computer or into a wall outlet. And the band itself, as far as the design is concerned, is just going to be very similar to the previous Band 3. In fact, we put them side by side here. You can tell that the design language really hasn't changed at all. Dimensions are very similar too. It's just the display is larger underneath. If you reflect it against the light, it's also going to be color now, but the placement of the capacitive key down below is exactly the same, and even the thickness is pretty much exactly the same. So for the watch band here, we have an Honor logo, and then underneath we have the optical heart rate sensor along with the two contact points for charging, and that's it. So a very simple design. And here it is next to the Mi Band 3. You can tell the Mi Band 3 is actually a little bit smaller. It has rounded corners, but overall form factor is largely the same. Alright, so tapping and holding in the center key for a few seconds, the first thing that pops up is this message. It's basically telling us to download the app, but it's in Chinese at the moment. It will turn into English once we sync it with the app for the first time. So the app itself is called Huawei Health, and if you have an Honor or Huawei phone, it does come pre-bundled, but otherwise you can find it in the Play Store for free. We tap on the plus key to add a device. It's a Smartband, and it's the Honor Band 4. So now we're going to try and tap on pair. It's going to turn on Bluetooth. Let's allow, and we found the Band 4, and now it's just pairing for the very first time. So right now it's popping up, it's vibrating. I'm going to tap on yes to confirm. And indeed it does have a larger touchscreen now, so it's more than just a button on the bottom, which was what we found on the Band 3. The display itself wasn't touch sensitive, but the key on the bottom was. And in the meantime, we can start taking a look at the interface. So waking it up, it slowly pops into life. We have about 60% juice out of the box. There's also the weather information on the display as well, in addition to the time, the date, as well as number of steps that we've taken. I can just swipe on the display there. It's very sensitive. The glass here is indeed slightly curved on the edges, which makes it just very seamless and easy to navigate with your hands. On the top, there's going to be messages and notifications. Down below, we can tap on here for more. We can change the style of the watch face. So for instance, if I tap on that, I can swipe up to have a different animation or style. If I want to change the watch face, I can swipe over from the bezel to go back, just like on an Android Wear device. I can find my phone. That's going to allow the phone to vibrate, and there's also a timer function. There's also a stopwatch here, and also some additional information. We can also swipe down to access Alipay, so that is for the mobile payment through NFC. Swipe down again for workout. If we tap on this once, we have outdoor run, outdoor walk, indoor cycle, pool swim. There is no GPS built onto the Band 4, so just like the Mi Band 3, If you want to track your precise location on the map, it still relies on the phone to do that. This just tracks the steps and the heart rate information. I can swipe down here to have access to a quick look at how much of our daily activity goal we've completed out of 100. There's also a quick tab for detecting our heart rate. Down below is for sleep tracking, so all of these icons are in different colors, as you can see, and then just goes the other way around through settings and back to the main face. Now, a closer look at some of these menus, such as this first one, you can tap on it once to take a look at number of steps, calories burned, and you can tap on information that gives us more info, and this is how notifications are displayed as well. So we have basically 1 or 2 words per line. Definitely a bit of scrolling required if you have a longer email or message that you want to read, but overall it's still doable. The band supports flick to wake, so just tilting the display just gently wakes it up from sleep, and I really do like how it just feels very seamless, almost kind of in a Samsung way, as much as I don't like that reference, but it just feels very polished. So yes, it seems like a very promising fitness tracker, activity tracker band on first impressions. We're going to have to do a lot more testing to find out, whether this is going to be better than, say, the Mi Band 3, which one is a better value for your money, and how performance really stacks up. But first impressions, I do like this a lot, despite the fact that it looks very similar to the previous version. The color display, in particular the AMOLED, does have a very punchy color scheme, making it feel just very polished and seamless. So again, more content coming out soon, including our review, so stay tuned. But for now, that's been our unboxing and first impressions look. This has been the Honor Band 4.